둘째를 낳았는데 셋째까지 임신을 했어요. 와! 근데 넷째까지 갔겠대요. 와!
Koreans always have 3 courses, and the 3rd course is fried rice.
We finally got you Korean passport.
In front of people.
Hey, if you can do 1, you can do 4.
안녕하세요 구독자 여러분, 미국과 영국에서 온 이든입니다. 오늘은 저의 가족과 함께 여러 가지 이야기를 나누고 싶어서 저희 집을 찾아왔어요. 함께 가볼까요? 여기는 저희 둘째예요. 셋째도 곧 나와요. 여기는 3층. 띵동. 여기는 아버지 집이에요. 아버지 데리고 밑으로 가면 됩니다. Hey Dad, ready to go downstairs? Almost. How long do you need?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. 밥 먹고 있대요. 아직 5분만 기다렸다가 다시 도전.
안녕하세요. 엘리슨이에요. 반갑습니다.
Hello everyone in Korea. 안녕하세요. I'm happy about you.
Get to the chase, Mom.
With the chase, with Allison and Ethan and 남편, my husband, and 사랑해, Mrs. Maluk, my husband's family name. 남편.
저는 데이비드, 스코틀랜드, 영국에서 왔어요. 저는 영어 교수예요. 이든, 알리, 아바. 반갑습니다.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
So do you guys remember how long we've been in Korea now?
The year we came here was 2001.
So we came in 2001. It's 2024. So it's been 23 years.
Yes,
23
23.
years. Can you believe it?
It feels the same since year 10, really.
After a certain point, it's just like, what's the point of counting it?
I really remember our first year. Dramatic thunderstorms in Gochang like I'd never seen before. The steam rising, you know, right through the rice fields, the little paths. You guys were probably too young to realize.
I
Yeah,
remember floods.
yeah,
in
and
Gochang.
floods.
Oh, the river?
So how about you? What did you think as you came into? It was Kimpo Airport. Do you remember?
First of all, I don't remember that. I don't remember the airport at all. I just remember I didn't want to come at all, leaving all my friends in Seattle. But yeah, once I got here, we got in this van, I guess from Gimpo all the way to Gochang.
What was your impression, Ali?
I was 4. What impression could I get? I think I heard Ethan lost his Pokemon cards.
Possible. I was a Pokemon guy.
Yeah, you had like a book of cards. Think of
Yeah.
how much that was worth by now if you
How
had
could
it.
I believe that?
Well, I mean, if you step outside, none of what you can see around here was standing. It was all rice fields. It was really countryside. Yeah, it really felt like a rural university.
When you came to Korea and went to work at the university, was there any cultural shocks?
Well, remember, I started out at the Hagwon. That was a big shock.
What was there to be shocked about?
The kids were out of control. Completely. They seemed to behave themselves with the Korean teachers, but the foreign teacher this was time to have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So I learned my first Korean word was 조용히 하세요.
Instead of
조용히
안녕하세요.
하세요. And you could hear through the classroom wall. And all the other classrooms could hear me roaring, 조용히 하세요.
When I was teaching at an academy, I didn't say that unless I was really angry.
Yeah.
I gave them the death stare. Just look at them and go,
Kids are uncomfortable when it's silent. That's how
Mhm.
we were trained. So what we do is we cross our arms, give them the look, and be silent. Don't talk to anyone else. Just and they'll do what you
That
ask
works.
them.
Honestly,
It works.
I didn't have that inside information.
No.
I yelled more and more, and they get worse and worse.
do you have any funny stories, Mom?
I felt Korea was a better country because, like, if I forgot something, someone would give it back to me. like money, or sometimes, a few times, I left thing in my bicycle basket. Somehow people would come and give me my wallet.
People didn't steal.
Not steal, but
Help you
find it and give
help
it back
me
to
find it. Yeah, that was impressive. In America, if you forgot something somewhere, you don't get it back. A couple of times, I'd forget something somewhere and I would get it back eventually.
I have a funny story. First day at the Hog One, and I was walking to the Hog One. I was really thirsty, so I went into a mart and bought a big bottle of water, and I thought, oh great, and I came out and opened it, took a big slug. It was soju.
Oh.
I'd never seen alcohol in a plastic bottle. I thought it must be water. That was shocking. That's a cultural.
During your 20 years in Korea, was there anything difficult to adjust to?
I still don't know Korean very well. When I see things on, like, I have an iPad and I know Ethan and Allison, you guys understand everything. Even now, every day, I see that and I'm kind of jealous of you guys.
There's so much fun Korean YouTube channels there and I can't get a thing.
Yeah, well, it's there, but I don't understand.
Exactly.
So I just turn it off.
Mom, remember? You had difficulty when Koreans, you would give them a present and they say no. But apparently you have to ask 2 times or 3 times.
Oh yeah, especially my character, very American, and Americans are more honest.
Direct.
Yeah, more direct. Later on, Korean, if you understand Korean people and you're more honest, then you get more close.
I do that with my wife. Let's say there's one last piece of samgyeopsal. Oh, you want it? She says no. You want it? You want it? I say it 3 times. So okay, I guess 3 times. All right, it's mine then. Just as a joke.
Oh, then you must say it very fast. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Why can't you guys still speak Korean even though you lived here over 20 years?
I used to speak Korean better, actually. I'm forgetting Korean now. I'm even forgetting English a little bit. So we're getting old and the brain is not working. All this Korean high technology is just it's too much. So it's just been amazing to see everything, the KTX and the Pentaport and all these huge buildings and such rapid development. I want to go live in a farm in the country and grow vegetables.
기농해야겠네요. So are you ever put in a difficult situation because you can't speak Korean?
All the time.
언어가 이제 안 통할 때는 저 아니면 동생한테 전화가 와요. 비자 문제나 엔진 오일 가는데 요금이 좀 많이 나온 것 같다. 그러면 바로 전화해서 이 사람과 통화해봐. 이유를 물어봐. 이런 거 좀 부탁할 때도 있고.
When we first came, I didn't know that many people. I was a little bit afraid having to, if I ever had to go to a hospital in Korea, very scary to me. Not being able to communicate.
예전에 엄마 토픽 시험 준비 도와줬었거든. 꾸준히 해서 딸 수 있었는데 아까워.
I remember when you were talking about colors with Derek, and you're like, "Oh, this is yellow, orange." You said
in
the wrong
Korean.
words.
I did.
Yeah. So Derek actually corrected you. If it's so difficult because you can't speak Korean, did you ever think after all the kids grew up, you could have, gone back to England or gone back to Seattle? Is there a reason you stayed?
Well, there are a lot of pluses for staying in Korea. I mean, the cost of living UK and in the US. Irene, our daughter Irene, is paying $2,000 a month for rent. So here we can live frugally, which is good. And also I'm getting a pension, from the Korean government. I get the Sahak-yeongum and the Gukmin-yeongum. Korean government is being very nice to me. I do like Korea. I like the atmosphere of Korea. I think I'm going to stay. What do you think, dear?
Yeah, I like Korea because, I'm I do have my family to talk to in English. I don't need to be seeing a lot of people. I do like nature of Korea. I think people expect me to be a little strange because I'm a foreigner. So I can be myself more in Korea than thinking about in their home countries.
She can be quirky.
I just have to worry about you guys.
It's good. You feel comfortable.
Definitely. Honestly, I came because I thought my husband he had some physical, like, especially internal organ problems. And I thought Korea would be a better place for him to live. The children would be okay. They actually did better than I thought they would.
So let's imagine we all moved back to Seattle. All the grandchildren, everything. What would be different? Our jobs,
Right.
right? So we would have to find a job.
I think I'll teach Korean.
Yeah, that would be okay. Might be able to get a job. Good. And then let's see. Leon would go into kindergarten.
I don't think I would be able to send him because the government doesn't fund it. You have to pay.
The lunches are not paid for. Whereas here, you know,
Pretty
lunches
much
are
everything.
paid for.
I think our kids would be even more better at dual languages because and speak English outside because they speak Korean outside and come home and speak Korean with it's not that. Definitely Korean language is the dominant language for them.
It would be difficult language-wise. I would be terrified. You suddenly turn on the news and you say, oh, there was a shooting in this state. Like, oh my gosh. That's one thing. In Korea, you don't have to imagine. Maybe the only thing in Korea you have to be afraid of is like school violence. Or maybe too much stress from studying too much. I think those are the only two worries. But in the US, the worries are totally different. Would there be anything you would miss if we moved back to Seattle? What would you miss from Korea?
Kimchi rogenbap.
Yeah, you can eat that?
A dish?
Not too spicy?
I don't want to even think a place without delivery. It takes so long and it gets lost and no Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh.
But over there, the only food they deliver is pizza. Here you can get anything you want.
Yeah.
They get it for you in Korea.
Yeah. I mean, they even move your refrigerator for you, like the company. If you call them and give them a certain amount and it's way more cheaper.
You don't have to leave your house, ever. You need groceries, turn your phone on. Want some chicken? Phone. It's a phone, you know? Everything. Fridge? Phone.
Yeah.
Buy a house? Maybe you have to leave your house. Anyway, so many things.
I've seen houses on sale online.
You want to get these 1 rooms or 2 rooms? So many things. It's nice talking like this. Kind of brings back good memories. I'm surprised you guys still remember everything.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
Yeah, some things we were
Still
too
remember
young,
stuff.
so we couldn't remember. But you guys remember it still.
So does it bring back good memories?
Yes.
You should gather like this more often. Tell
Yeah.
the grandkids.
Yes. I make a tradition.
안녕하세요. 저는 엘리슨이고요. 지금 어린이집 가서 이제 애들 데리러 가는 길이에요. 고고싱! 데려가야 할 아이가 7세, 우리 리안이 5세, 김수호랑 김리원이 데려올 예정입니다. 오빠가 글쎄 둘째를 낳았는데 셋째까지 임신을 했어요. 우! 근데 넷째까지 갔겠대요. 와! 현실에 부딪히고 한 명으로 만족할 줄 알았어요. 근데 현실에 부딪히고 4명으로 축소했답니다. 고등학교 시험을 볼 사람이 없다 라고 하는데 아무래도 근데 그렇게 아무도 없진 않겠죠. 한두 명씩은 또 낳겠죠. 한국에서 애들 기르는 거는 힘들지 않아요. 사실 힘든 게 아니에요. 근데 왜 힘드냐면요, 기대치가 너무 높아. 그러니까 사실 대충 키우면 힘들 게 없거든요. 뭐 그럴 수 있지, 뭐 아니면 뭐 시험 망치고 와도 괜찮아요, 저희 이때 성적은 아무 의미 없어, 이럴 수 있다면 쉬워요, 애 키우는 건. 근데 주변에서 내가 그런 성격이어도 가만히 놔두질 않고 계속 그런 거에 대해서 예민하게 공부했어? 시험 잘 봤어? 막 우리 아이 교육 이거 어떡하지? 그러면은 전염돼요. 저희 애들도 걱정이에요 이제. 그 독일에 있는 언니는 애가 넷이에요. 거기는 학교 끝나고 더 교육하는 게 불법이에요. 독일에서는 격차가 생긴다고. 그러니까 여기는 격차 때문에 억지로라도 해야 되잖아요. 오로지 그 성적이 너무 안 좋아서 방과후를 신청할 수 있고 방과후 신청도. 자세한 내용은 애들 데리고 와서 해볼게요. 안녕하세요. 리아나! 우리는 이제 리원이랑 수호를 데리러 가고 있습니다. 얘들아 여기 인사해줘. 안녕하세요.
전 김리안이에요. 멜록스입니다.
그렇지. 그리고 리원이. 자 얘들아 다 손잡고 가야 돼요. 에이 잘하네. 들어가보자.
What's for dinner?
We're gonna have 감자탕.
Kamchatal.
Yes.
Where did you get the kamchatal?
It's a meal kit. You order online and they deliver it for you.
Would you like kamchatal?
우와.
미키마우스.
드디어 됐습니다. I thought there was only meat, but there's veggies too.
My favorite ones.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's put them in later after we take some meat.
Let's dig
Let's
in.
make some space.
Dear Dad, stay healthy.
Thank you.
Oy.
Mom is older than Dad.
Now,
Do
mommy.
we put that in this or this way?
Usually here. If you want to, you can put it on your rice.
Sorry.
You're such a good cook.
Thank you.
That meat, beautiful.
Tissue?
The meat, too spicy?
No. A little bit. First bite.
It's really good. It peels off nicely. I think the kids could eat this.
Yeah.
It's not spicy at all. Mom, do you like wild sesame seeds?
I like any sesame seed.
Oh, then let's just put it all in here.
It's
이거
yummy, Derek.
고기야, 고기.
You bite?
뭐야?
밥도 줄게.
어때?
아니야.
맞나? 좋아?
밥도.
잘 먹네.
고기 한 번 더 줄게. 고기 밥 그리고 물. 아유 잘 먹는다.
고기 주세요.
고기 더 줄까요? 네, 고기 찾아줄게요. 밥 더 주세요. 네.
This came with this water and it was frozen.
Oh, so it served the purpose of ice.
Yeah, it was keeping it frozen.
Smart.
Yes, and now I can use it.
Use it. Cool it.
Let's put the extra ingredients.
More food.
Yes. Okay.
Baby mushrooms.
This came with it. There's like too much.
Yeah. Sharp.
Wow. And this is the cherry on top of the cake. Doom. This whole kit is 3 portions.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 4. Could feed 4.
Could feed a country.
So yummy.
Oh, 쓰레기. 우와.
Chopsticks. Get the stuff that you want.
와, 소세지 진짜 맛있다.
익었어? 면은 또 이렇게 다 안 익었을 때 살짝 먹어줘야지.
와, 깻잎도 맛있다.
쫄깃쫄깃.
You want more, Mom?
I want some of that. JD.
Okay.
그러고 보니까 우리 집 앞에서는 이런 거 먹을 때 잡내 나거든? 잡내 나?
장난인데?
그러니까 하나도 없어. 그러니까 애들도 잘 먹고 그러지. 내가 이렇게 많이 먹어도 되나?
이사 가면 아파트에서도 먹어야지.
Do you ever order this meal?
Online?
Yeah.
Occasionally. Andrew loves it.
Does she?
But mostly we eat it outside.
Usually it's difficult to do it at home.
This is pretty easy. Just toss it in there.
Yeah. Look, there's more. After we've put in the first half.
That's just half of it.
Yeah.
It cooks down maybe
You want to put Kim in it too?
Why not?
Why not?
Oh, so this is the third course, right? It's like a 3-course meal.
Exactly.
Ah, yeah.
Oh.
Some performance for you guys.
You put it in the garbage? Or...
I actually have to do it this way and then just sprinkle it. 너 아빠 이렇게 잘 먹는 거 처음 보는 것 같아.
그래, 이 매운 건 특히.
그러니까.
You just cook the sesame leaf a little bit and the taste really changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Dad, in Britain, what do they use sesame leaves for?
They don't.
They don't.
No, they don't know about sesame leaves.
Oh, what a pity.
They know about the root, you know, the sesame powder. That knowledge has.
They need to
They have,
learn.
yeah. Same in Seattle. You used to see these old Korean ladies out picking up some kind of herb, and nobody knew what it was. But they'd take it home and cook it, and full of nutrients. I finally figured out that Koreans always have 3 courses, and the 3rd course is fried rice. Amazing.
It's the perfect course.
Yeah.
See, you're done over there.
Yeah,
Care for some more?
sure. I'll just finish it off.
Scratch it up.
How much do you pay for?
It's 26,800 won. Man, it was nice eating all together.
It's great.
Do it more often.
Right.
Yeah.
We now know that you like 감자탕.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now we have a menu that we all like.
And the kids like it.
Oh, yeah.
또 먹기 빨리.
또 줘? 그래, 일로 와. 더 줄게.
Can't wait to travel. When was the last time you traveled, Dad?
Before COVID, I went home to Scotland, saw my mom,
What year was that?
2018.
Yeah, because COVID was 2019.
Yeah.
What about before that? When was the last time you went to the UK?
I went pretty regularly, almost every year actually, from 2015, 16, 17, 18.
The most.
Every year I went to Germany and saw Amelia, and then I went to Scotland.
Yeah, I remember the photos you took
Yeah.
and sent to us.
Because of COVID, I don't travel hardly at all anymore. And getting older, I don't want to travel, which is sad because I have a big family in Germany. But everybody, half my family is in Korea. And then I have another half that's German.
Whenever you went into the airport, did they not make any trouble? Like, oh, you've been gone for a while.
They ask you questions.
Not when I'm coming home to Scotland. There's no problem at all.
But when you came back to Korea?
No, it's when I went to America. They were not pleasant.
Oh, what happened?
They wanted to know why you came.
Oh,
You better be reasonable. Yeah.
Because I had a green card, not an American passport. They wanted to know why I'd been gone for so long. And they said, if you come back again, you'll probably go up in front of the judge.
Why?
In America, they're really focusing on foreigners,
Oh, like patrol.
I want to show you guys something. Do you have your passports on you?
We just have them.
Just a minute.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we are. This is UK.
See, who has which passport? You have the British passport. You have the
American
American
one.
passport. You have
Both. American and British one.
Me too, the British and American passport.
Then our kids currently have the Korean one. We do some work. We could get them both of these too, at least until they're 18. Yeah. So they could have 3 passports. Pretty cool.
Whoa.
I've experienced the more passports you have, it's actually sometimes inconvenient. I took my American passport and went to Europe, and then my next trip I took my British one. I don't know why. So then when I was going through the checkout, the guy was like,
Card.
"Where's your stamp?" You know, it doesn't have a stamp. Oh, actually I have this too. It's like, oh, suspicious. So I had one of those occasions. But I guess in general, it's nice to have 2 passports.
I think it's so cool to have 2 passports. It's just cool.
So what are the advantages of having a Korean passport?
According to the internet, the Korean passport, you can visit 3rd most amount of countries in the world if you have a Korean passport. Basically, you can go anywhere in the world. Apparently, American and British ones also in the top 10, but they don't have as many countries that you can visit without a visa.
They say it's the 3rd place, but it's only like 2 or 1 country differences with the 1st and 2nd. And there's a separate line for the Koreans passport. So you can go through the line way more faster. Oh, it makes me want to travel already. I know.
So if we like later take our kids to Switzerland or something, us parents have to wait in line, and then our kids can go in the Korean line and go straight through it. Do you have any airport stories?
I mean, you used to have your swords. Mom got her kitchen knives all taken away, according to my
If you put it
memory.
on your luggage, it's fine. You can
Yes,
take knives,
right.
but don't take it on carry-on.
I didn't know that.
Your dad had a real big sword, 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
For your dance.
Yeah, but I didn't take them on the plane.
You didn't? I thought they took it away because you took it on board or something.
They're 2 different stories. The big swords were for doing the sword dance in Seattle.
Yeah.
They're still there, probably somewhere.
Yeah.
But when I went to Ukraine, I met this Muslim religious guy. So just as I was leaving, he gave me his blade. This is here. This is for you. It's a great honor. So I just took it and put it in my suitcase and forgot all about it. And we're going through the check-in, and they see this weapon. And I'm very apologetic. I said, it's a Muslim ceremonial knife, and all this. So they got really annoyed. So they have these big boxes, for things that shouldn't be in the carry-on. I got this big box out and put my little knife in there. Shipped it,
One time I had a Swiss Army knife. Can't believe I didn't realize it's not a good idea. And so I just had it on my carry-on. And I had to give it to the guy. He said, we can put it in a separate thing and mail it to you, but I guess I didn't have time, so I lost it.
Couples have so many weapons on you guys. Have you ever thought of becoming a Korean?
I've thought about it, but nothing.
Didn't put it into action?
I'm not surprised that Americans as welcome as they used to be.
In Korea?
And no, around the world. 40 years ago, it was better.
Why did you give up on becoming a Korean?
I thought that in America, you couldn't have to. And maybe there was a time when that was true.
You might have to give up American citizenship. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, and I wasn't really ready to do that. In my heart, Korea's the place I'd rather be. I think America has too many things to distract us away from what's really important. There's too much materialistic.
I've thought seriously about getting a Korean passport, and that became especially true when I went to Kookmin Bank and tried to get sunse money for my apartment, and they weren't interested.
Yeah, can't get a loan as a foreigner unless you want to pay like 20% as interest.
Nope, you still can't get it.
But it's they call it 제3금융권.
Oh.
So it's like these really small banks and that's why they ask you. Because once I tried to get a loan for my car when I got it 4 years ago, and they're like, okay, you have to pay this much every month. I'm like, so I did the math in my brain. I'm like, how much is the interest rate? Oh, 18%. I was like, you should have said that first. So we couldn't get a loan, and yeah, it was the same. I went into 국민은행 and they said, but you're a foreigner, you can't get a loan. As if all foreigners should know this.
That's why I thought, well, how about if I become a Korean? You know, are you going to treat me a little more nicely?
But if you want to be a Korean, you have to be able to sing the Korean national anthem in front of people. You know the whole thing?
Hey, if you can do one, you can do four.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Wow. 저도 잘하는데요?
Yay! Okay, let's
you
go
know
take the
it?
test, Dad.
Really? Wow. You know it? No, that's one thing you guys know better than us in
I'll go to
Korea.
the bank and sing it for them. No problem.
But no,
They
you
might call
have to.
security.
You have to take like 2 or 3 tests, like, and take an interview and sing the song. Well, I approve you two to become Korean.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Korean at heart.
You guys have more Korean babies?
No, thank you. No more babies.
Here you go, guys.
Wow, that's very beautiful.
Lucky.
Perfect fit.
Lucky. So, you're working at a university. You used to teach kids, and we both taught elementary school and kindergarten. Kind of sad that Korea has to get educated at such a young age. And it goes on till university, just non-stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be able to study hard, stop, go and do something else, right? Go and kick a ball around a field or play badminton or something.
Yeah.
Not stay at the hagwon till midnight.
Yeah, they need their life. And I actually believe exercising helps studying too.
It does.
I've been going to the gym, it's helping my memory. Yeah, but all they do is just sit down and study. And they start that from a very early age, even at kindergarten. They have to train them to sit still. That's what it starts with.
At least it's fun though. We teach kindergarten students and we're fun.
Yeah, we do it fun. We have activities. They have to run, catch the hammer, slam A if it's A. But like kindergartens, like English kindergartens, they have to sit down, be able to write. Because the standards are higher, there's just so much more they have to do within that period, like 7-year-old. They need to be able to read.
But it does work though. I've seen these kids that come from English kindergartens and smart.
They are pretty
Can
good.
talk to me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like comfortably. Instead of just saying, hi, I am, I can just speak comfortably and they'll understand what I'm saying.
We have camps for kids camps at the university.
That's right.
And those little guys, usually their English is pretty good. They've no fear, no inhibition. They just talk, have fun. Generally, their English is better than the university student who have been sitting at a desk for so long that they've lost that freedom, that ability to want to express themselves.
It's kind of ironic. The English department is learning English, but when I go to trades, their English is like flawless. It's just, they're so good. The
Trades.
trades, shipping.
Importing and exporting.
Oh, that's a job.
It's a department major, and you have to know English. You have to write contracts in English, deals in English.
I was really surprised the other day when I was at this kindergarten. I showed them the title of this book, and I didn't expect them to be able to read it. And this boy was like, oh, how big is a twig? He was able to read it. And I'm like, I told them, oh, what is 최고야 in English? And a lot of them were just like, how do I do? But this one boy was like, you're great. Because I was going to teach them you rock.
Oh.
So I was really surprised that this one boy, his English level was so high. Did you have any kids like that when you taught at the academy back in the days?
20 years ago. Any kids that were memorable?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the kids we had who came to the university 20 years ago for camp, very eager, very enthusiastic. They loved it. Lots of games and activities. The students today have become down. They're flat, uninspired, and just going through the processes. The university requires us to study English, so we're going to do it. We just want to pass, give me an A or a B, and
That reminds me, about 20 years ago, they thought English as in art. It was more like a hobby. So people who learned English, they kind of talked like this. I am going to show you. Because they kind of thought it was like a poem. So I 40 years old or 50-year-old people, they kind of talk like that. Like, look over here, there are many trees. And they do, that's how they learned it. And also there are people who went to army. Their English are just like Americans. They were in the American base.
Yeah, right.
They're Korean citizens, they don't have a passport, but still. Their English was perfect, like American. Yeah, it was kind of like a new, fun topic. Right now, it's mandatory. And
The thrill is gone.
yeah, it's very repetitive.
I think the phones have a lot to do with it. When I come into the class, everybody is on their phone. When I walk in, nobody looks up. They keep looking down. Nobody's got their books out, ready to go. They're all like this. And that's my first hurdle, is how to break that atmosphere. And get them to actually, he's here. We better pay attention. There's some real issues of addiction. I see students, one student, she sat right in front of me from the very first day. She just sat there, very serious expression. She never smiled, never laughed, and she was just constantly looking at her phone. I thought, God, this must be very serious. Something bad must have happened. So I just didn't say. But every class it was the same, And she just, her whole spirit was just, and the only output, the only way for her to get out of it was to go back to the flashing screens, and the shopping or whatever it was she was looking at.
Yeah, people aren't social, they're antisocial.
Right, and it's not just a problem in Korea. It's a
just
problem everywhere. Children are growing up lonely and depressed.
They don't talk to each other as much as. Have you seen the high school graduate tests for English? Have you seen the questions?
Well, I heard it's very difficult. Amelia, our oldest daughter, Kunda, she did the Sunung.
That's right. It was a question on a test on the year 2014. Can you look at it and tell me what you think about it?
Mathematics will attract those it can attract, but it will do nothing to overcome resistance to science. Science is universal in principle, and in practice it speaks to very few. Mathematics may be considered a communication skill of the highest type, frictionless, so to speak. And at the opposite pole from mathematics, the fruits of science show the practical benefits of science without the use of words. But those fruits are ambivalent. Science as science does not speak. Ideally, all scientific concepts are mathematized when scientists communicate with one another. And when science displays its products to non-scientists, it need not, and indeed is not able to, resort to salesmanship. When science speaks to others, it is no longer science, and the scientist becomes or has to hire a publicist who dilutes the exactness of mathematics. In doing so, the scientist reverses his drive toward mathematical exactness in favor of rhetorical vagueness and metaphor.
I caught math.
What a headache. Who talks like that?
I would have to read it again myself. Just by listening, I can't do it.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
I'm very tired. Too many kids are killing themselves. over an exam. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess their point is they have to make it at least a little difficult to kind of
Encompass everybody.
right. If it's too easy, everybody would get the right answer, and then universities can't accept the really smart students, you know. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be a multiple choice test. You know, write an essay, essay about such and such, the relationship between mathematics and science. And then the student has to write, show his creativity, and the professor has to read his essay and can make a good assessment. That's what we did in school. Nobody did multiple choice stuff, you know.
And that's an output, so it actually could be closer to their actual English skill.
Right.
Instead of being lucky. It could definitely be a better question than that.
What are they trying to teach here?
Yes, like when we make tests, we first make a test and we, according to the test, we teach them to get the test correct, you know? But a lot of teachers kind of think they're so smart. They teach something totally different and then put something totally different on the test. That's like on the last page of the book or something. But no, we have to help them feel like they're achieving English instead of English is such a big obstacle, you know? They graduate high school, go to university and just they just wing tests and, you know, don't really, you know, work as hard as when they studied in high school for Sunan. Yeah, if they could just put those two together.
I tell them, when you go and work at a company, no one will ever ask you to fill in the blank. It doesn't have to be brilliant, but they need those skills to be able to communicate, not just choose A, B, C, or D, you know.
I wish their goals weren't A+ on a paper, but instead actually using English usefully. It's that kind of way.
Yeah.
I just wish so and so and so for them.
Yeah. I met so many students who are really bright. Their spirit is very bright and eager to learn. They've just been trained in test taking. Their whole thinking is about how to get good grades. That's the meaning of their life. But education is much, much bigger than just getting good grades. There's emotional education, being a relational education, how to relate to people, how to make friends, how to build teamwork, work as a team. There's so many aspects, including physical training and mental concentration. So it's very sad that kids are stuck in the classroom for 12 years when they should really be developing themselves in other ways, as well as academic. That's what I think.
Yes, sir.